Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Cyrus Webb Presents. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. So glad you guys can join us once again. For those tuning in on the simulcast on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, and on X, we're glad you all can be with us. Going to bring in our friends over on IG so they can be a part of our conversation in the replay as well. And last but certainly not least, going to bring in our friends over on Amazon Live. And boy, do I have a great guest that's joining us today. I was just saying to her, it's been way too long since the last time we had a chance to sit down and chat, but we're excited about the time today. And we're now live on Amazon Live with Cyrus Webb Presents. If you guys are new to us on the Amazon side, welcome. Going to type you guys a quick welcome message over there. Make sure you guys do hit that follow button if you are new, either here in this corner or down below. You also will see some of the music by our next guest. So excited to welcome back recording artist and actress Chandra Currelley to our broadcast today. Had a chance to interview Chandra in person in Atlanta, Georgia in 2015 at a place appropriately called Dream Cafe. And she definitely has been able to live out her dream. She's had some great projects along the way. Currently, though, she's celebrating a residency at Perfect Note Atlanta. Also, she's gearing up for a new movie. You probably saw her post about. When I talked to her about her busy season and also let you guys know how to stay connected with her. Chandra, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it.
I'm so happy to be here.
Look, the pleasure is definitely all mine. And I think the great thing about you, Chandra, we can kind of begin the conversation here, is that you have never stopped in the time since.
No.
And I love that about you. And I mentioned to you that I had something, I love to be able, when I'm prepping, to find things that I think our audience will appreciate. And I found this one post that you made, Chandra, at the end of August 24th. And you said this: I am grateful for you because you have given my purpose meaning. And you invited your audience to be able to share their own thoughts. I'm going to share what one person had to say. But what has it been like for you, Chandra, to see the way that your people have not only shown up for you, but also followed you from project to project?
It means so much. I mean, you don't know. You just do it. You do it because you have a purpose. And
Mhm.
when people get it and they say that it make a difference in their lives, it
Mhm.
makes a difference in your life. And
Yeah.
it confirms your purpose. And you doing it in the beginning. You do something. I'm quite sure you've been going through the same thing where you had an idea,
Hmm.
and the idea began to live, and it begins to create its own being, to the point that it becomes a part of people's lives, and they kind of depend on it. And so that's the thing that really blows me away, because it doesn't have to be that way. I got into it because I love to do it, but
Right.
now it's bigger than that.
Hmm. I love that. Hello to you, Miss Williams. She says hello and welcome, beautiful one, to you as well. To the point
Hello.
that I was making about what people had to say about your post, Chandra, I want to share this, what one person said. They said, I'm grateful for you because you've been such a light in my life. The night we met
Mm.
meant everything to me. You hugged me, recognized me, and made me feel so loved. It's a memory I hold close to me every day. I want to talk about that because
Wow.
you are one of those people, Chandra, and I've heard people who have known you for years say this, and also people who just meet you for the first time say that they feel seen by you. How has that been for you to know that you've been able to have that type of impact, not just with your talent, but just on being who you are?
I've been so blessed to, I said, God has always surrounded me with greatness, just
Mm-hmm.
all the time, just happened to be there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just coincidence, but
Mm-hmm.
that has been my life. And those people were that way with me. And
Mm-hmm.
so I'm just doing what was how I was treated.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody gave me time. Somebody made me feel like I was important.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody made me feel like they care about what I want to do, what I want to be. And I can't help but be the same way because it has been a blessing in my life. Um, and it has helped me to not be judgmental, um, and to hold people like, I'm up here and you're down there, when it could be a blink of an eye and you can exchange places.
Right. Such a great point. I want to say that, on IG, hello to you guys. Devontae, hello to you. Good to be able to see you over there. Eclipse Worldwide, hello to you. K Girl, hello to you as well over there on IG as well. If you guys have any questions or comments, make sure you guys put those in the chat. And that leads us to what you've been doing in the 10 years since we last sat down together. I mean, so of course, people know you for television, know you for film, but bruh, the series,
Right,
we saw you in
right.
a totally different light. What was that like for you to slip into the skin of another character and show people the more humorous side of yourself?
Well, I didn't know I was funny. That was Tyler Perry's thing. And he thought I was funny when I was off stage.
Mhm,
He would give me all these like really serious roles and stuff, and these
mhm,
I'm being playing monarchs and stuff like that. And then we would be in, backstage, and he would be laughing at me because I would just
mhm.
be saying, and he'd be just like, "Chandra, you're killing me, you're killing me," and I was just like, "You think I'm funny?" So, so when he offered that, of course, the first time I noticed it was when I did For Better for Worse, but that was supposed to be like it was a serious scene the first time I did it, and then after a while, he kept saying, just make it funny. He said, "Well, to make that line funny and da 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 da." Well, being around some of the funniest people in the business,
Yeah,
some of it did rub on me. I did learn a few things about
right.
timing and um, just not trying to be funny, just be the person.
Mhm,
And so when this role came up as Alice on Bruh, not only was she funny, but she was kind of, you know, big, and she would say some things and words that I don't usually use. And
mhm.
I didn't know. I was like, I got to work this out, make her funny because she's saying some stuff. They just like,
Right.
is that Chandra the church? No, no, it's not Chandra the church lady. But that was a stretch, and so I love the fact that it stretched me, and it was fun. It was
Mhm.
fun to be different, not necessarily that I don't have that in me, but
Yeah.
that's the part I choose not to have
Right. Right.
focused, because you got to get it from somewhere. But
Mhm.
I've seen these people. I wanted to say some of that to some people or whatever, and it was great to be able to hide that behind that character. But
Right.
it was great. I worked with some really talented actors, another generation, and
Mm.
that's really been a blessing too, to be able to share, and then them share with me.
Right.
So that was extra special too.
Yeah. I love the fact that you mentioned the generational aspect there, Chandra, because that's one of the things I want to say for our audience joining us on Amazon. You will notice a lot of the music here by Chandra Currelley, singles I'm going to highlight there, like Love Again, you guys can see there. Also, of course, the album Relationships. And that's been the great thing about you, Chandra, along the way of your acting. People have been able to then to rediscover your music as well. And
Yeah.
that's a great tie-in too to you're celebrating now a 2-year anniversary with your residency at Perfect Note Atlanta. Talk to us about that experience because that's another way of kind of bringing people together. What has that been like for you to see the
Mm.
love sharing there?
Wow, that was heavy what you said. I mean, it's total insight on what's going on,
Hmm.
because I was getting a lot of acting gigs, right?
Hmm.
So it was just like, well, what's happening with the music? And the music is the thing that brought me to the dance. So it will always be there, and I always think that I connect personally with my audience because I'm not behind a character when I
Hmm.
do my music. So my music is very important to my purpose, and
Hmm.
so um I hadn't done anything for a while. Of course, we had the pandemic and all that, and went back to recording. I ended up covering an Al Jarreau song, and that went really well on the radio. And so
Hmm.
I was just like, I got to do this. I got to do this music thing. And I also was watching the future artists and present artists, and I was just like, a lot of stuff I got that they haven't had the opportunity to get,
Hmm.
and it's such a gap. um I was just like, I gotta, for them to get it, they have to see it.
Yeah.
And so that's all I remember saying, and next thing I know, I got a call saying that a new club was opening in Atlanta. They were from out of town, and it was opening in Atlanta, and would I like a residency there?
Hmm.
And I was like, wow, because that was in my heart to do, because what the residency has done is not only given me the opportunity to share with younger artists, but it also have given me a chance to like reunion with the SOS band has come through. I've had people that I acted with, sang with in the years. They can come there and see me, and so it's almost like I'm telling my story, my journey
Yeah.
in this career of mine, because they end up coming and I end up telling these stories at this residency. So it has really been a situation where I get to tell my journey
Hmm.
every second Friday of the
Yeah.
month.
I love that. And I love the fact we're going to let our audience know, of course, Chandra, how they can stay connected with you. But I love the fact that you're able to kind of welcome people into your home musically, right? By coming there to
Yes,
be with you. And then of course to see the way that people feel. You mentioned something and it goes to something that's a big part of my platform. You mentioned purpose. In fact, even in that post that I read on IG, you talked about purpose. Has that become something that's become clearer for you as you kind of gone throughout your career that no matter what else you do, that music is that part of your purpose that really does shine?
yes, yes. It's very important for us to understand the purpose,
Hmm.
our purpose. You know, people go through their entire lives and not think of themselves as being a very important part of the world,
Hmm.
and that nobody else can do what you do.
Hmm.
That's why you're here. You have that purpose. I mean, it doesn't say it has to be forever. It could be for a moment. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to say who it is. It doesn't have to say where it is. And so we have to understand that without a purpose, we're just existing.
Oh,
It
yeah.
is very important. And then sometimes, and again, like I said, some people don't even. I'm an artist, so that's kind of typical what artists say. It's like I got a
Right.
purpose. That's why I'm singing and dancing.
Right.
But no, no. Understand your gifts. And your gifts are all kinds of gifts. It's not just music. It's not just in the arts. It's in your intent.
Hmm.
What's your intent for the moment?
Right.
And I think that answers a lot of the questions about purpose.
Yeah.
Why am I here? Why am I with this person? Why am
Mm-hmm.
I going there? Ask yourself that. What is the end to the means, as they say,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll understand purpose.
Right. Yeah, such a powerful thing, and I love the way you said that. I want to say for those who are just tuning in, welcome. You're watching Cyrus Represents here on Amazon Live, but we're simulcasting on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, X, and on Instagram. Chandra Currelley is back with us. I first interviewed her a decade ago.
Yes,
10 years ago in Atlanta,
and you have
Georgia.
not changed. You're still as handsome as ever.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. You're still as beautiful as ever. Respectfully to your husband. But we're talking about a very busy season that she's been having since we last talked, been very involved in television, like shows like Bruh, but also with her music this year with Perfect Note Atlanta and a new movie she teased, The Love Doctor. We're going to talk about that. But Miss Williams said has a comment for you too, Chandra. She says, I first saw you in a play and your voice just blew me away. Maybe I saw you in two plays. I do know it was in Atlanta. So proud and happy for your continued success. And she's giving you your flowers there with a heart and prayer.
Oh, thank you,
Thank you so
thank
much, Ms. Williams, for
you.
joining us over there on YouTube. So, The Love Doctor,
Yes.
Currelley, talk to us about. Well, I know you probably can't tell us much, but you teased
No.
it with showing us a cover. We saw you back there. What can you tell us about it?
Well, again, she is hilarious.
Hmm.
And I got a phone call from TC Carson,
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
actor. You guys know him from Living Single and so
Hmm.
many other things,
Hmm.
Final Destination, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And he gave me a call. And he was just like, this is my first movie that I'm directing, and
Wow.
I just gotta have somebody that I trust.
Mm.
And I was like, wow, And even the producer said that. It was like TC said, he trusted you to come in, da 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 da.
Wow.
And I was supposed to do like, I just had the scene. I played the leads, where one of the leads aunt,
Hmm.
and I just had this one scene with her, whatever. And before I knew it, I was throughout the movie. It's like, what's how I say it?
We're going to show the cover there. We can see the reaction there to people as well. And as you see, Chandra's heading there, coming for the holidays. And Jeffrey Lewis, you can tell, is doing the little dance there, excited about that.
It's
So,
so
again,
crazy.
make sure you guys are on the lookout for that. Chandra, I have to say, I was so glad to have a chance to chat with you again. I know you've been crazy busy, and
Yeah.
I've enjoyed watching you and celebrating you and rooting for you. And I just want to say thank you so much for your support of me over the years. It really means a lot. And just like Miss Williams said, you really are one of those people that deserve all the success that's coming your way. And thank you again for stopping by. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, and much, much success for you and to your followers.
Thank you
Just
so much.
keep
How
doing
can
what you're doing.
Thank you. How can our viewers and listeners, how can they stay connected with you? Is Instagram the best place?
Yeah, that's really the best place. Or you can go to chandracurrelly.com. Just
Okay.
simple as that.
All
And
right.
I keep it updated. I keep it, with everything that I'm doing. When I want to send messages, I send messages. I have a place where you can put your email address in, and I can send you things to let you know what's going on with me. And you can sit. And actually, you can email me back and say things back. Conversate with me.
Love that.
So, and of course, it's the real Chandra Currelley on Instagram.
Mhm.
And so, yeah. So I'm this, and I'm on TikTok, Chandra Currelley. I just try to make it real simple.
Right, there you go. There you go. Well, look, definitely looking forward to staying connected. Looking forward to our next chat together.
Thank you so much. And get back here to Atlanta.
I will be there
Come
next
to the
month. So
residency.
yeah, I look forward to it for sure. And we thank your audience for tuning in to another great segment of Cyrus Webb Presents. Until next time, you all make it a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Take care.